Hello, I'm going to go over what a SharePoint site is and the look and feel, the navigation, all the settings that you have in your particular site, and I'm going to show you how to make a sub-site or a site. So as you can see here, we have our team site. Team site is a template that you get to choose when you're making a site. We'll go over more on that later. So here we have our HR team site. So this is a basic layout, out-of-the-box layout for a team site. On the top you have your navigation, top link bar. Here you can have all your sites, lists, libraries, pages that you want to add. If you want to add in custom links, you can also do that. And then on the left side here we also have another navigation bar. So here you can add in links, and here you can have your documents, your lists, libraries, or sites. So if you want to create a site, we're going to go in and show you how to create a site. So you would click on site contents, and here we have our sub-site section where you can create sub-sites. Now, if you've noticed, I don't have access. So the user that I'm on right now, logged on, doesn't have access to create a sub-site. So we have to go to an administrator's user account. So here's my admin user account. Click on site contents, and you can see it popped up here. So click on new sub-site, and then you would just put a title for your site. So we're just going to put new demo site, and then here you would put a URL name for the sub-site, and we're going to put NDS because it's going to be our new demo site. And then you have your templates that you get to choose from. So that earlier layout I showed you was the team site. Pretty basic, one of the most useful templates, and something as a SharePoint admin you'll be using over and over again. We have our blog site, and then we have our project site for collaborating on a project. Gives you communication, and graphs and design is all based for working on a particular project. We have our community site for collaboration, where you can come in and you have like it's kind of like a wiki site where you have different employees within your company come in, and this is a central place for them to communicate. And then we have our enterprise options. So we have our document center for managing your documents. We have a record center for all your records, keeping versioning, keeping different track of different records. We have our BI center, our business intelligence center, for presenting different kind of data or content in SharePoint. We have our enterprise search center. It's a very complicated and dynamic search site that it's very useful once you get into it and learn how to use it. You can like search for people, and you can search for data and conversations and whatnot. And then we have our basic search site. It's a simpler search site, but it's also very useful. We have our, if you don't know what Visio is, it's like a diagram creation program that you would particularly use for creating workflow diagrams. So we have our Visio process site for you to create diagrams and share them, and collaborate with other people on making flowcharts and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and just keep it as a team site. And then we have our permissions. So if you make sub-sites, depending on your business requirements, you can use the same permissions as a parent site, or you can use unique permissions. So whenever you make a sub-site, you have the parent site. Even if it's a sub-site of another parent site, you can have that structural hierarchy. You can make a site, you can make a sub-site or a child site, and then you can have another child site within that child site. So it sounds a little bit confusing, but it's pretty simple. It's like making a folder and a folder and a folder. So here we have our quick launch options for navigation. So display the site on a quick launch of the parent site. So that means on the parent site, you'll see the link for this particular website that you're creating, and then display this site on the top link bar of the parent site. Yes. So we're going to click yes for both, and then use the top link bar site from the parent site. This depends on your business's particular requirements and permissions and access. So if you want to, your main parent site would have all the links to all the departments and all the sites, subsites. In your subsite, you don't want to have that if you want to restrict movement or access. So we're going to keep this as a no. We don't want other people having access to different sites. So I'm going to create that, and here's my new demo site. So as you can see here, I have my new demo site, but I don't have any other links to my other sites within this portal. I have my navigation, and this is pretty much a layout that I showed you earlier. And if I go back to my user account now and click on HR, here it shows up in our parent site. We have our new demo site, the child site that shows up. So you can click on that, and then obviously you might not want to make this child site available in the parent site unless you're an admin and you have the access, or you're a user with access. So this is our site, and you can see that based on what kind of permission you have, you can do different things. You can customize in different ways. So here's our user without permission, and here's our admin with permission. So there are different things when it comes to your site, and you can customize and all that. Here's the settings. So here you can share, you can edit the page. So if you click on edit page, you can customize what your site says, what's on your site. You can add web parts. If you go to insert, you can add parts, web parts, embedded code, video and audio, a picture file. You can add tables. You can check out the page so nobody else can work on it. We're not going to do that. We're just going to click on save and continue on. And then we have we can add pages. So pages aren't exactly sites, they're just pages like sites. And then we have adding apps. So if I can either click here and add an app, and it'll take me to all my apps, or you can go to the site contents here and then add an app from there. So if you click add an app, then you have all these apps that you can make. So here are the most used or helpful basic apps. So we have our document library for your documents, our custom list for your list items, and then you have to go in and make the columns yourself. We have our tasks list, so that comes up with having your particular tasks and particular columns that are already made for you. So these are templates right here at the bottom that you can add. You have a lot of options to choose from. You have calendar, contacts, announcements. A lot of the ones that I use are contacts, and I try to stick with templates because it just makes it easier for me to do my job, and it makes it faster. So for example, if I want to make a contacts list, then let's say I'll just put test list, right? And then I'll just create this, and here's my test list that I've created. So if I just click on it, you can see last name, first name, company, business phone, home phone, email address. And you can change this and customize it to however you like. I'll go over that more in a different tutorial. But you can see how simple it is to create lists, and it's better to use a template than to go in and customize if you don't always need to customize. So we're going to go back to our new demo site, and you can see we have a recent and we have test list. So let's say that I wanted to add test list on my links. So I would go here, copy this, click here, and I can drag and drop if I wanted to. Oh, okay, never mind. Or I can just paste it here. So I can go to add link, text to display, test list, put in the address, press OK, save it, and here's my test list. So you can add your lists, your sites, pages, whatever you like. Then we have, and then if you go back to your site contents, you can see all the documents and libraries that you have and your lists that you have here for you to use. And then at the bottom, if you go back to the our HR portal, and go to site contents, you can see what subsites you have within that parent site. So you have a lot of apps to choose from to most efficiently use your SharePoint portal or your sites. Then we have site settings. So we click on site setting here, and I want to show you just again the difference between users. So here's my SharePoint user. So if you go to site settings, then the user can change the quick launch or top link bar, and then they have a little minimum access to the lists and libraries. But if I go back to my admin, all this opens up. And then if you're a site collection admin, even more opens up for you here. And if you're a farm admin, then or a central admin, then you have even more access. So this is the access that I have for my specific admin account, and I can change permissions. I can add people, get rid of people. I can set permissions if they're read and write, so members, owners, visitors, if they have full control or not. And then we have our designing portion here, where we can create site columns for our lists or site content types. We can create master pages. And then we have our site admin section here for our site libraries and lists, and we have our RSS feed and all this workflow settings. Then we have search, so we can customize a search based on how much permission, what your permission is. Then we have look and feel, so you can change the logo, the description, the title. So HR is my title. I can change it if I want to. I can put a description. I can enter a logo here if I wanted to. From the computer, or you can take a URL and just paste the URL, and it'll give you that specific logo. Then we have our quick launch top link bar. We have a tree view. That's another set of navigation. It displays in it's a tree view display manner for your navigation, and we can change the look to whatever we want. So we can customize the look ourselves, or we can choose a template that they have. So they have a lot very good templates here. I like the wood template down here. It's very aesthetic and it's very calming. I like it. But we use one simple template for all our sites. We don't want to go around and changing our sites and making them look different. We want to keep everything the same. Then we have our site action access here, so we can manage site features, save sites as templates. We can configure search export, and we can even delete sites if we wanted to. Don't ever do that unless you have permission. Even if you have permission, you're an admin, always make sure that you are following business procedures and business requirements before you do pretty much anything. So that's what's in a SharePoint site, and that's pretty much what a SharePoint site is. So you can customize whatever you want. You can choose templates. You can create lists or libraries through apps. You can create subsites. You have a lot of settings to choose from based off your permission level. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was a very basic and quick explanation of a SharePoint site. If you liked the video, please subscribe below and like it. And thank you all for watching.